Hello boys and girls and Stingray parents. Here we are again, and today we're going to multiply fractions. I think you'll like this a lot. Multiplying fractions is much easier and direct than adding and subtracting fractions. You'll see in a moment. Let's try some problems together. Multiplying fractions. Goody! I think you're going to like this. Multiplying fractions is much simpler than adding or subtracting fractions, simply because the denominators don't need to be the same. We're just going to multiply straight through numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So if we have 3/4 times 8/7, we're just going to multiply the numerators straight through 3 times 8. And then our denominators, we're going to multiply denominator times denominator, 4 times 7. And what do we get? 3 times 8 is 24, and 4 times 7 is 28. Okay, not bad. And are there any common, well, when I look at this, they're both even. I can simplify, I can factor something out of here. I know I can factor a 2, but I can also, I'm just doing it right now, I know I can also factor a 4. Okay, so I'm going to divide this by 4 over 4. I'm factoring a 4 out of both 24 and 28. 4 goes into 24, I believe, 6 times. And 4 goes into 28, 7 times. So my answer is going to be 6/7. That's the answer. Okay, but pretty simple. Here we have another one, 10/15 times 2/3. Now some of you are going to say, well, I can simplify this, and we could factor, I believe, a 5 out of both the numerator and denominator. But we're going to do that. We're going to do that at the end. If you want to do it first, at the beginning, we'll take a look at that as well. Okay, once again, numerator times numerator. We're going to have 10 times 2. And then denominator times denominator is 15 times 3. And we'll end up getting 10 times 2 is 20 over 15 times 3, which is 45. Can we simplify? Well, this ends in 0, this ends in 5. I know numbers that end in 0 and 5 are divisible by 5. So I'm going to factor a 5 out of both the numerator and the denominator. 20 divided by 5 is 4, and 45 divided by 5 is 9. So our answer is 4/9. Okay, now this is a little more work. If we have a mixed number, which is a whole number and a fraction mixed together or put together, such as 3/2 and 4 and 5/8, before we multiply, we need to convert these mixed numbers into an improper fraction. Okay, and the way we do that is I have the what's called the around the world technique. What we need to do is take the denominator, multiply it by the whole number, and then add the numerator on top. So we're gonna change both of these mixed numbers, this mixed number 3.5 and 4 and 5/8, into improper fractions. So we first take the denominator and multiply it by 3, and we're going to get 6. And then we add the numerator to it, and we get 7. So the equivalent improper fraction would be 7/2. We're going to do the same thing with this fraction. We multiply the denominator times the whole number, 8 times 4, which is 32, and then we add 5 to it. And we will get 8 times 4 is 32, plus 5 is 37, so we're going to get 37/8. Okay, and by the way, when we do the around the world, the denominator doesn't change. And see if we can go backwards too, because 7/2. Okay, I have 7/2. Wow, what's that? Well, 2 goes into 7 3 times, and then I have 1/2 left over, so that's how we get 3.5. Okay, 8 goes into 37 4 times, which is 32, and then I have 5/8 left over. So that's how we got that. But now we can multiply, and yeah, this is going to be, we're going to have 7. Once again, we just multiply numerator times numerator. 7 times 37 over denominator times denominator, which is 2 times 8. And boys and girls, I don't see any common factors that I can make these numbers any smaller, so we're going to have to go off here to the side. Actually, I'll go down here, and 37 times 7, what do we get? 7 times 7 is 49, carry the 4. 7 times 3 is 21, 21 plus 4 is 25. So I get 259 in the numerator, and then 2 times 6 is going to be 16. Now I have to do some fraction, because we don't want to leave our answer in improper fraction. We changed it into an improper fraction over here so that we could multiply it straight through. We had to get rid of that, the mixed number form of that number. But now we have to take 259 and see how many times 16 goes into it. 16 does not go into 2, but 16 does go into 25 once. 1 times 16 is 16. I subtract. I have to borrow. This becomes a 15. This becomes a 1. 15 minus 6 is 9. I bring down my next 9. I have 99. 16 goes into 99. I would say approximately 5 times. Let's give this a try. 5 times 6 is 30. Carry the 3. 5 times 1 is 50 plus 3. It's 80. You know what? I could have went one more time. So yeah, let me change this. I'm going to break out my eraser. Okay. Get my pen back. Okay, went into it one time, got 16, and it's going to go 6 times. So 6 times 6 is 18. Carry the 1. No, sorry, that's 36. Yeah, 6 times 6 is 36. Okay, I do know how to multiply. 6 times 6 is 36. Carry the 3. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 3 is 9. And then I'm going to have a remainder of 3. 99 minus 96, remainder 3. So what does that look like? It looks like this. 16 becomes my whole number because 16 goes into 256 16 times. And what do I have left over? I have 3/16. And that is my answer. So still pretty simple. When we get into mixed numbers, it's not quite as fun as just multiplying straight fractions through, but we can handle it. We just need to take the mixed number and change it to improper fractions, like right here, and then multiply straight through. And if we're left with an improper fraction as our answer, we have to change it back to a mixed number. Okay, thank you for listening today.